In this video, we're going to look at the eKyro Smart Garage Door Opener Adapter. This adapter is required if your garage door opener uses proprietary systems that does not allow us to connect the eKyro Smart Garage Door Opener directly to your garage door. If that's the case, typically you will have a yellow or a purple learn button, and this adapter will be required for your setup to function correctly. This adapter is one of the adapter models that we have. The adapter that you may receive may look a little bit different, but will have all of the same functionality. On this one, if you open up the small door on it, you can see that we have dip switches. The dip switches are only required if your garage door utilizes dip switches. Most of the garage doors that are the newer ones with the yellow or purple learn buttons will not require the dip switches to be used at all. Speaking of dip switches, when we look at the instruction manual, we'll actually notice that it's broken up into two different sections. The first section here you can see says for learn buttons only, and on the reverse side, or in the second section, it says for dip switches only. Your garage door will have one or the other. If your garage door utilizes learn buttons, like most do, you will only need to use the learn button section. On that same note, your adapter instructions may look different than this. This is just for one of the adapter types that we have, and depending on your setup, you might receive a different adapter, which may have a little bit different instructions, again, depending on your make and model. So, looking at the garage door adapter, we can see that we have a couple buttons here. This is button 1. It is the button that's used to activate the adapter, and this button down here is the program button, also referred to as button 5. That's the button that we will use to put this adapter into the program stage to basically set it up for the different types of openers. So let's talk a little bit about this adapter and the functionality that it has. Looking at the adapter button presses tables, if your garage door motor had a head unit with a yellow learn button, like you see here, and your table looked like this one, which has a total of 7 options, once your remote was in the programming mode, you would need to press the adapter 1 button 7 times to put it into the yellow learn button mode. So in this scenario, you'd want to remember that you'll need 7 button presses for the yellow learn button. If your table instead looked like this one on the right with a total of 9 options, for a yellow learn button, you would have to press button 1 8 times, like you can see here. So if your user manual had this chart, you'd want to remember that you would need a total of 8 button presses to put it into the yellow programming mode. Overall, since there can be a difference between the different adapter models, it's really important to check the learn button table before starting the programming sequence, regardless of what adapter you have. Now let's look at a couple examples of how to put the eKyro adapters into the correct mode for the learn button. In the first adapter that we'll look at, our table says that we will need 7 button presses for the learn button of our garage door opener. So the first step is I'm going to want to make sure that my garage door is closed, and then I'm going to remove the battery cover, which we have already done. And I'm going to press and hold the program button. When the LED indicator starts to blink, it's in the program mode, and you must quickly select button 1 the set amount of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then press the program button once again to exit the programming mode. Now this garage door adapter is set in the correct mode for my garage door motor opener. Or if you have this model, specifically the eKGD A230 model, which you can see printed on the front of this device, the process would go like this. You would press and hold the program button, the light comes on solid red, and then I would press it the required amount of times, making sure to wait until the light stops blinking before I press the button again. Like this. 1, 2, 3, letting that light blink and then stop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, since 8 is the required amount of times for the yellow learn button, and then I would press the program button again to exit that programming mode. Now it's really important with this remote, specifically the A230 model, that when you're pressing button 1, you wait until that light stops blinking before you press it again for the next mode. If you have a different model garage door adapter, like for example this one, the instructions might be very similar but could be a little bit different. For example, to put this adapter into the program mode, you press and hold the program button, as before. Once it turns solid red, it will stay in the program mode for up to 1 minute if no activity is found. The next step is that I'm going to select button 1, which is this large button, 7 times. One note is that if your adapter has more than 1 button, we will always use button 1. So I will select this button 7 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I will select the program button again. This will exit the programming mode. So now my garage door adapter is ready to be paired with my garage door opener. Now that we've put our eKyro smart garage door adapter into the correct mode for the yellow learn button, we're ready to program it up to our garage door motor unit. Programming methods may vary depending on your garage door make and model. In this example, all I need to do is press the yellow learn button once, and then on my garage door adapter, I need to press and hold button 1 until the light flashes. Once the light flashes, a small relay toggle can be heard within that unit, and this garage door adapter is now programmed to this garage door motor unit. Now again, depending on your manufacturer make and model, the programming instructions might be different. If the programming instructions are printed on your garage door motor unit's head, you can find them there, or they might be in the manufacturer's operator manual. Now that I have programmed the adapter up with my garage door motor unit, I can press the button and the garage door should open. There we can see the garage door opens, and again I can push the button to stop the garage door. And again to reverse it. So this tells me that my garage door motor unit has been programmed to the adapter. In this next portion we will actually connect the adapter up to the eKyro smart garage door opener. One note is that you already have to have your eKyro smart garage door opener fully set up and programmed with your smart device. Once you have that done, you can proceed on to this next step. So in this case, this is very simple to do, and it's a good idea to either use the adhesive that can be found on the back, or you can use the provided clip as well. In this example, I'm going to use the provided clip, and I'm going to clip it onto some of the wires that can be found already. Once I have it clipped on or placed in a nearby location, I need to simply take the control wires, press down on the terminal block, and insert the control wire 1 and control wire 2. Once I have that complete, the control wires are connecting the eKyro smart garage door opener up to the adapter. Once this step has been completed, when the eKyro smart garage door controller triggers, it will trigger the adapter, which will then wirelessly open your garage door opener. So now that we have the eKyro smart garage door controller connected up with the adapter, we move things around a little bit to make it a little bit neater. The last step is to test it. Here you can see we have our eKyro smart garage door shown, and if we press the switch option, the garage door opens. We can then press the switch button again to stop the garage door, and again if we would like to close the garage door. So we can now see that the garage door controller is switching the adapter, which is then wirelessly controlling the garage door motor unit. This is the basic process that is required. If your garage door utilizes either a yellow or purple learn button, or if it simply does not work when you connect the eKyro garage door controller directly into your garage door motor unit. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at info@eKyro.com.